Welcome to the behind the scenes of Wine and Rations. We wanted to take a break, Andy and I, and actually teach you guys a little bit about breaking down your MREs, how we do it in the field, how special operations do it. Because as you can see, this thing is massive, right? Yep. And I don't know about you guys, but we always wanted to carry as many meals as possible.
And ounces become pounds, and there's a lot of stuff in here, especially if you have a cubic inch limitation on your rucksack or whatever it may be. We're going to show you guys how to open this thing up, basically make it ready to go into the field.
Absolutely. That was a great point. Ounces become pounds. You want to shred as much weight and size off this as possible, and just stick with the stuff that you need, because you're going to be cramming so much into your rucksacks between ammunition, between camo, between cold weather gear, whatever you're doing. The last thing you're going to have, honestly, this is like one of the things that you're going to ditch first is your food, because camo is going to keep your boys alive, and this is going to keep you alive. So let's teach you guys how to break this down so you can go from fitting 3 of these to fitting maybe 6 in your pack. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is obviously break it open. We're going to take our knife, cut open the top, try to get a nice even cut along the top, because like I said, you're going to be retaping this.
You're going to notice the bag inside of the bag, totally unnecessary space. I can only speak for myself. I never really used the MRE heaters. It didn't make it taste any better for me, so the first thing I'm going to do is shed this space out of there as well. Each MRE, I don't know if I've ever come across one that actually has every item enjoyable for me. Maybe some people have. So I start going through what it is that's open here. So I have meatballs and marinara. This is going to be your main.
That's a banger.
Au gratin potatoes. We had a potato experience not too long ago. It wasn't great, but probably going to eat it. So I'm going to stack it right on top.
First strike bar, definitely.
Energy bar, good. Cheese spread with jalapeno is going to be good. Beef snack, also known as beef jerky. Orange flavored, no fruit juice. I would always skip that. And actually on something like this, the tortillas, I could say it going either way. If you just have to have calories though, maybe take it because it is 220.
Absolutely.
But what I used to do is I used to package my mains and then my snacks. And I'd make 2 little piles. Spoons, I would take it out of the plastic because again, you're just gonna have to deal with this somewhere in the field. And I would also open this accessory pack because for me, in my rucksack, you're always going to have toilet paper of some kind, but instead of having 5 of these things, I would open them all up and I would get one Ziploc baggie with all the toilet paper.
Yep, so that's a huge point that he just mentioned. This is something I like to do that's not going to be in my main meal, and honestly, you could do one drink beverage bag for the next 5 that you break up, and this is where you keep all your essential little things that you really want to hold on to.
Which would be, if you're into creamer, you can use the non-dairy creamer. I never did.
Nope.
But I'm going to throw my coffee in here, the toilet paper in there, the gum, if you want it, I would probably just buy actual gum and put it in there. Salt, Splenda, and the Moist Towel is going to go. So you're going to get, depending on what you want to put in here, 5 or 6 MREs worth in this one little pack. So if you need any accessories, you just have it all right there. And then basically load the meal up, and I've actually done it 2 different ways. So I would go, you put a dog ear on your rigger's tape so it makes it easier to open up. Right over the top, compress this thing as far down as you can possibly go, give it a wrap and a half, and boom. So now you have this versus this.
Yes.
Side by side. You can put probably 4 or 5 of these in the space of 2 or 3 of these. And again, I still have this in my pack somewhere. Another way that I've seen this is people will put this back into this bag and they will roll it back up and then tape it, which gives you the option, because there's going to be a lot of trash involved in this, you could stuff it back in.
Yep.
I went pure minimalist, and honestly, I would just bury the stuff. But that's how you take a full MRE bag and break it down into just the essentials. It's going to save time in your pack, and you could actually even go even farther. If you're going to take 5 MREs, 1 or 2 spoons.
Yep.
Just make sure you keep the spoon.
And here's what an important topic that Andy just brought up was burying your stuff. So anytime Special Operations moves through anywhere, we want to leave 0 trace. The last thing we want to do is have something that's trying to track us, trying to track our movement, understanding where we're going. And the craziest thing, the easiest way you could find soldiers is trash.
Yeah.
So trash and shit. You could smell the shit, you could smell so the last thing we want to do is ever leave this out in the open. So if you're not going to take your trash with you, you need to bury it just like you do your fires, and any form of you being there as possible. So make sure you leave no trace of this behind. So that's why if you want that option, you could take this bag with you, put your trash in it, roll it up into the tightest little ball possible, and then reuse that piece of tape that you had wrapped around your food and wrap up your trash into the smallest little thing and then shove it into an outside pocket. And then you'll see how much stuff Andy was able to get rid of that's unnecessary. Look at all this shit.
Yep.
This is not something a special operations soldier is going to want to have with them because it's unnecessary weight and it's unnecessary trash that could clue the enemy into our position. And that's more things that we have to bury. And at the end of the day, are we trying to bury trash into the earth and do all that? No, we're not. But our lives come first. So the least amount of trash we could bury into the earth, the better. So look at all that stuff we were able to get rid of. And then by comparison, that's amazing. So now you guys know how to rat fuck your MREs and act like a special operations guy with the mindset, and then take care of your food first. So hope you guys like that. This little extra episode of Wine and Rations behind the scenes. Thank you for coming.